the goals that have been set.
If it's okay, I would like to welcome Mr. Gates. My name is Arini Subianto. I'm from Persada Capital Investment. In fact, I just met with Microsoft last Monday, Microsoft Education, and I asked them what can they do for Indonesian education. I'm primarily working with a few CSRs within my work, and we learned that we really need to address the quality of teaching, because otherwise there's no way for us to increase the quality of education if the teaching faculties are not standard. And I learned from the Microsoft team that you actually have the Copilot AI, which enables self-teaching for a lot of teachers or teaching faculty. And the question that I asked on Monday, which now I'm going to address to you, is there any way that we could actually collaborate more and give more? Because I would like to actually knock on doors, buat bapak-bapak di sini for, to everyone that's present here. Because the government will not be able to do it alone. The private sector needs to actually contribute in eradicating illiteracy and improving the teaching quality. Hence, we can actually achieve higher order thinking. Unfortunately, that is the biggest hurdle that we experience in finding new talent in employment. And I heard Bapak Presiden had pushed for the AI learning and everything. Unfortunately, we don't have the infrastructure in terms of the brain capacity to even think properly to create simple tasks. So I wonder if we could actually use your Copilot to be deployed to around Indonesia using the hands of CSRs, because there's no way we can do this alone. No way one party can do it alone. Using the tools of everybody's CSRs, as you said, nobody trusts to give money to people they don't know, like Pak Budi had said, and I completely agree with that. So if they know everyone that sits here and actually working for the same cause and the same vision, the basic need that we need is to help our teachers, teaching faculties all over Indonesia, from maybe -10 to become -5, -5 to become 0, and hopefully the more elite education could become more global standard. So it's a very big question, but that's basically the essence. Thank you.
Yeah, so, obviously I think, if you've got two things that help the future of your country, that health and education, would go together. The healthier the kids are, less stunting, malnutrition, the more they can be educated, and then of course the more they're educated, then their economic output allows the government to put more into health, and you get this virtuous cycle. If you look at education statistics in this region, the two exemplars would be Singapore and Vietnam. Singapore is kind of amazing, which is, okay, they're rich and it's partly cultural, but their education outcomes are really amongst the best in the world. Vietnam, for its level of income, is the best in the world. They run, and it's not through the use of technology. I'm a huge believer that, particularly as you get up into high school and college, that having access to these learning tools, these tutoring tools from AI will help. But the key thing that allows a country to be an exemplar is that they train the teachers well, and they have very high expectations for the teachers. In some countries, the teachers are so politically strong that asking them to do this, what's called structured pedagogy, sometimes doesn't work well. Our education work is a very small part of the foundation, only about 4%, and most of it's in the US, but we have some partners in India. Ashish Dewan, who's actually board member of the Gates Foundation. And India's a good story because 5 years ago I would have said to you, India is not very serious about education because the measurements, they weren't paying attention. But really in the last 5 years, they're adopting new practices, including structured pedagogy. They're seeing very good improvement from quite a low level. But they're willing to look at the bad statistics and say, oh no. And they have a lot of interstate competition, whereas one state's doing something well, the other states are like, oh no, we have to catch up. So I think they're, even regionally, there's a lot that can be learned. Then you do want to connect into AI. The Gates Foundation funds a group called Khan Academy that does an AI called Khan Amigo. And they've had a few philanthropists, like some in Brazil and some in Mexico, that have gone to them and said, okay, we'll fund bringing that technology to our country. So, that would be a possibility. But, I wish I had enough to do both health and education in a serious way, but we're 90% health. But I'm totally aligned with you that education will be important, and now AI will finally help us with that.
I think because of the time and Mr. Gates' this very tight schedule, he has to fly to New York, so I apologize if I cannot give the opportunity to all of you, but at least we have heard the vision of Mr. Bill Gates, and Mr. Bill Gates promised also to sponsor very important events in Bali. First is about malaria, and the second is cervical cancer. Two important international conferences. Most of the important stakeholders around Asia Pacific will be there, and we are talking more and more about how we can interface and cooperate with the Gates Foundation on many critical matters. So I think we thank you, Mr. Bill Gates, for spending some time with us. And once again, I would like to thank you on behalf of the Indonesian people and the government for your commitment and your attention to important issues that we face. And yes, so we would like to acknowledge your great contribution, and also we would like to work together with you in the future. Once again, thank you very much. Yeah.
Well, thank you all. I look forward to coming up with partnerships and all these different areas. So it's great to be here.
Ya, saya minta maaf yang barisan belum kenalan, saya kira bisa maju ke depan untuk kasih tangan ke beliau. Kapan lagi ketemu Bill Gates? Cepat-cepat, tukang foto cepat.
Iya, bawa dia mau. Saya ikut lagi, Mas. karunia yang diberikan oleh Yang Maha Kuasa kepada kita sungguh sangat besar dan sungguh sangat beragam. Namun, tengah segala karunia tersebut, kita pun harus berani untuk menjadi bangsa yang berani, bangsa yang tidak takut tantangan, bangsa yang tidak takut rintangan, bangsa yang tidak takut ancaman.